Welcome to Crack Pack. My name's Andrew. Today we're cracking open The Brothers' War. Let's get cracking. Our first card today is a wild card token. Then we have an island for a land. Then our retroframe artifact is Ivory Tower, which for 1 is an artifact that reads, at the beginning of your upkeep, you gain X life, where X is the number of cards in your hand minus 4. So this can just be a instant life gain outlet, or enabler, I mean. As long as you have 5 or more cards in your hand at the beginning of your upkeep, you're going to be gaining some life, which can then put a bunch of triggers on the stack for different life gain outlets, like MacLeod Suncrowned. Well, that's the first one that comes to mind. That just says, whenever you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. And that's going to be gaining life just because you have 5 or more cards in your hand at the beginning of your turn. So that can be very powerful. It is very well regulated by saying it's the number of cards in your hand minus 4. Having 4 cards in your hand after a few turns can be a little difficult, unless you are in a very draw-heavy deck, in which case this can then just be a reliable source of life gain for you at the start of every one of your turns. So I personally really like this. I think it's a well-balanced, well-designed artifact that's been around for a long time. Let me know in the comments below what you think of Ivory Tower and where your favorite place to run it is, or your favorite combo you've seen that uses Ivory Tower. Then we have Gix's Command, which for 3 black is a sorcery that reads, choose 2. Put 2 +1/+1 counters on up to 1 creature. It gains lifelink until end of turn. Destroy each creature with power 2 or less. Return up to 2 creature cards from your graveyard to your hand. Or each opponent sacrifices a creature with the highest power among creatures they control. The black command in the command cycle for this set has a lot of great black things, right? Getting to have up to 2 creature cards from your graveyard come back to your hand, a small controlled board wipe of creatures with power 2 or less. Sure, that's going to be mostly getting rid of tokens and chump blockers, but hey, that's very useful. Also making every opponent sacrifice creatures is very good, and then getting 2 +1/+1 counters on up to 1 creature and giving it lifelink is a little bit of a throwaway in my opinion. Just the wording, though, is good in that it lets you can take that even if there's no creatures on the battlefield. So you always are able to choose 2. Right? If you can choose one of the other 3, you can choose a second option still. Even if there's only 1 creature. Well, I guess even the wording on the graveyard one, returning up to 2 creature cards from your graveyard to your hand. You can cast this even if there was only 1 creature in your graveyard. So yeah, I'm very happy with all 4 options on here. This is definitely my favorite of the commands that I can recall at the moment. I know this feels better than what Mishra's command felt to me, and from what I remember of Kayla's the white, this is certainly better as well. Urza's and Mishra's and Gaia's were all decent, but I think this Gix's command is better, in my opinion. Let me know in the comments below what you think, though. Which command do you think is the most powerful in the cycle? Is it Gix's, or do you think Urza's is a bit better and just because it's at instant speed, or is there another reason? Then we have Hero of the Dunes, Thopter Mechanic, Serenith Steel Seeker, Coastal Bulwark, Tower Worker, Takasia Zonyelet, Dwarven Forge Chanter, Thraxodemon, Takacia's Dig Site, Union of the Third Path, Wing Commando, and Tanos' Tinkering to round out the pack. And that's all for today. Thank you for cracking along with me. Be sure to check back tomorrow to crack open another pack.